Improved out of sight throughout the day. She started off on the tops and very hesitant. Now she's down in the drops and looking a lot more comfortable. And she had a really good race earlier against Jane where she was quite assertive on the track.
There you go, Minna.
And it's been awesome to see the skill progression that she's made. Around about 500 metres to go when they cross that 200 metre line, give or take. This track being 307 metres, so the tool distance is 614, which sounds like a long way.
It is.
And it is. If you think it's not a long way, take your shoes and socks off, find a whole heap of burnt coals and walk over them for that distance. And if you're still not convinced, broken glass. 600 metres is a long way. They're going to come around now to get the bell. Laura with a bit of a seated acceleration, but Minna coming around the top with also a seated acceleration. She's being a bit stealthy about it all. You can see Minna on a fairly small gear. She has the opportunity now to duck down in the lane if she wants it. She's not taking it. Laura sitting on her wheel. And now with about 170 odd metres to go, Laura steps out. Is she going to have the legs to come around Minna, or is Minna going to be able to hold her off? Laura makes a move around the outside, coming into the finishing straight. Going to be close. It's going to be all the way to the line. Laura with a bit more momentum around the outside. And I think from here, Jane rode 16.7 and Jennifer 16.4. So Jennifer's just slightly the quicker. Jane needs to remember that she has to ride walking pace. So keeping a very close eye on the two ladies. Laura looking for an opportunity to duck underneath if she can. Jane keeping an eye on her. Again, the distance in qualifying just slightly in Jennifer's favour. She was just a little bit quicker by just a couple of tenths. I think there was 0.3 of a second in it, which isn't all that much, certainly at this level. Jane with a bit of a seated acceleration, picking it up a little bit. So she's working hard. She's gone from a long way out. The bell hasn't rung yet. This is still only the first lap. Jennifer contented this time to sit the wheel. It's going to be a long sprint. Jane leading it out. Can Jennifer come past? Jane working hard. It looks like she might have gone up a gear. Jennifer coming around the outside trying to make a move. Can Jane hold her off down the back straight? Jennifer with a little bit of speed. It's going to come around the bend. Jane with the preferred line around the inside. Jennifer trying to make a move around the outside of her. This is going to be pretty close at the finish. Can Jane stay in the lane? Yes. It's clean. Charge to the finish, and Jane throws for the wrong. Okay, we're up away now in the race for third place in C grade. We have Johnny Lewis and Gemma Waterhouse. Gemma in the green and yellow, John in the black and white. Gemma qualified with a 14.8 and John with a 15.3. So Gemma the quicker of the two in qualifying by about half a second. John is a very cagey guy.
John knows his stuff.
I think that's what worried her.
I always loved racing John because you'd learn so much because he knows so much.
She's all over the
If
place.
Gemma is to win this, she's going to need to force the pace and force the issue and not let John dictate it to her. She takes a bit of height. John goes up with her. Ducks down again. She's trying to give herself some room to move, but John's not giving her much space. He's doing a good job of controlling it from the front. Gemma driving the pace a little bit. John obviously having to respond to that. John with just a little bit of a twitch, just trying to keep her off his wheel. Gemma pinned on his back wheel at the moment. There's not much she can do from there. So she's waiting for John's jump. She's going to need to do something and roll the dice, otherwise John will just make it easy. But Gem now makes the move around the outside. John initiated that, but Gem with a little bit more speed. Is she going to have the legs to run around him around the bend? John will ride clean and stays down nice and neatly in the lane. Gemma coming around the outside. She's charging hard to the finish. It's going to be pretty close, but to my mind...
Anyone want to help us clean
And
out
help Dino
our
empty his shed.
The gym's going to your
Yep.
next week.
Britt in the black and yellow.
Next weekend.
Danielle in the red and white. Danielle doing exercise science or exercise physiology. And Britt at school. Doing school stuff. So this will be an intriguing little race. Again, Britt did qualify slightly quicker. Coming around through turn 3 now. They'll get the bell. We'll see if that bell instinct clicks. The bell rings and people just go, bang, I've got to go now, the bell rings. Not always like that, but often is the case. The bell rings and Britt jumps out of the saddle and makes the move. Who picked that? Anyway, she's away. Danielle with the chase into the draft, coming up the back straight. Can Britt lift and hold her off? Danielle working hard, trying to come around the outside. Britt's got to hold the line around the corner. Make sure she doesn't hook her, otherwise results will be held off. Britt just kicked away there a little bit from Danielle. She does hook a little bit out of the lane, but I don't think it's going to significantly affect the result. Passing drills. And Callum immediately driving the pace high. Fair bit of body English as he wobbles around a little bit. Jared matching it, not being pushed around. You can see Callum there forcing the pace high early. He makes another move. Is it another feint? Yeah, he's feinting again. A lot of little feint accelerations and surges there, trying to tire out Jared. Maybe relying on, or his gamble being that he can get Jared to wear himself out early. The pace quite high now as they come around to get the bell. Jared's still watching Callum. Callum's stuck on the wheel. What will happen? When will he make a move? If he's stuck on the wheel, it's not going to work. Someone needs to commit. Jared makes the first move, makes the acceleration. Callum pretty good at coming off the wheel. 150 metres now to go. And it's on around the back straight. But Callum kicks around Jared. It looks like he's just got a little bit too much legs. Maybe those surges earlier took it a bit out of Jared. And Callum's going to come around now and he will get third in. This will be a very interesting race. Dino leading it out. Stephen ducking and diving behind him, just trying to keep Dino guessing, trying to make him feel uncomfortable. Where is he? Where'd he go? Where is he?
Come on, Dad!
And they just drift around through turn 2. Dino trying very hard to keep an eye on Stephen, making sure he doesn't make the move. Stephen at the moment set up camp quite resolutely now on Dino's wheel. Dino probably on a bigger gear at a guess. Stephen ducks underneath now. But he doesn't want to take the lead off Dino. He wants him to lead him out. This may play into Dino's hands because a fast race will be probably what Dino wants. Stephen makes a move around the outside. Dino immediately responds. Stephen now jumps clear. He's got the lead down the back straight. Dino's coming into it, a little bit of a wobble, but he kicks very hard. Will he have the speed to come past Stephen as he comes into turn 3?
Come on, Dad!
Dino's starting to shut down that gap. He's wound up that bigger gear, but is he going to have the legs to come around him as he comes around the bend? I don't know, it's going to be pretty close, but I think James, Dan and Lau. Lau in the black, James in the red.